What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me, DS1, and Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. I appreciate everybody who tuned in earlier. Very much appreciated. I know I was a little turned up, but you know, I can't fake how I feel about things. You know, that's just who I am. But like I said, shout out to y'all. Before I get started, I'm gonna say go check out the Black History Month series of 2019. Y'all go check that out. Something I do every year here on this platform. So y'all check that out. Check out the Relationship series. Look forward to a episode 4 coming to that. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, look forward to a fourth episode on the Relationship series. The Relationship series already did 3 episodes. Episode 1 was Date on Your Level. Episode 2 was The Representative. And episode 3 is Tangibles versus the Intangibles. Yeah, you caught me. You got me this time. But y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Toxic femininity is straggism. Toxic femininity is straggism. You know, shout out to the Grinch. That's the first time I heard the word strag. You know, we got our own words back in New York. You know, me and my homeboys, we got our own little words or whatever. But I'm rocking with strag though. I'm rocking with that. I'm taking that back to the block, bro. I'm letting you know that now. The word strag will be in Brooklyn. But and I came up with the term straggism. And I'm gonna do a show on that because straggism is the religion of the strag. You know, that is the religion of the straggism. But toxic femininity is the basis of straggism. That's what led to the creation of this wicked religion. Shout out to everybody. Peace to everyone who's tuned in right now. I'll give my shout outs at the end. But toxic femininity is what gave birth to this religion. This is a religion, y'all, whether y'all believe it or not. You know, a lot of people who are religious think that other people who create religions, you know, they don't understand that you can create your own religion. You can create your own belief system. The word strag already in New York. Where? I appreciate you for hitting that like button, though. And I said it's gonna be in Brooklyn. But we're gonna talk about toxic femininity. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Toxic femininity. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how most black women are raised to be confrontational to their men. Let's talk about how most black women are taught to rebel against black men authority, especially their men. They're taught to do this. And they're taught by other women. See, and then you're going to have women, you're going to have strags that's going to say, oh, they didn't teach me that. I didn't learn that. If they didn't tell you it, you watched it. See, because people got to understand when you have children, children just don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do. So you ain't never got to tell your daughter how to be a hoe. But if you a hoe and she watching you do hoe shit, she going to learn how to be a hoe. So guess what? You still taught her how to be a hoe. You just didn't tell her, but you showed her. You were the example of it. Every time she watched you go against her dad. Every time she watch you badmouth her father when he's not around. See, all that's toxic femininity. When you're hanging out with your aunts and all they sitting around is talking about dicks. That's toxic femininity. All they do is sit around and talk about dick all day. Oh, that's all your aunts do. When you was growing up, they sit around and drunk Hennessy and talk about dicks. That's toxic femininity. And a lot of black women grew up like that. They grew up around toxic women. And you know why these women are toxic? Because they were never checked by men. Because if you look at the men in a lot of these women families, they're not stand-up men. They cooperate instead of the women cooperating. So this is how you can still see strags who grew up with their pops. See, don't think because, oh, she grew up with her dad that she not a strag, because her dad could just be a clown who didn't give his daughter the game and who didn't lead her mother. She watched her father follow her mother. See? Let's talk about how these strags, these elderly strags, how they're teaching the young girls that are growing up how to be prostitutes. Let's talk about that. I know some people listening right now like, what the hell is he talking about? Let me break it down for you. You ever heard the analogy? Um, what is this analogy? You ever heard the analogy? Don't come home with a wet ass and an empty purse. If any of y'all ladies in here in the chat room, if y'all have ever heard that, I'm letting y'all know right now, if y'all never thought about it, whoever told you that was teaching you how to sell your body. Don't come home with a wet ass and an empty purse. So you're telling young girls to have sex for money. Having sex for money is prostitution. Do y'all know that Instagram and all them girls that's on Instagram selling ass, you know, a lot of them was taught that because they grew up hearing what I just said. So they don't feel guilty for it because they don't believe that that's prostitution. But it is. That's prostitution. Because what you're doing is you're encouraging young girls to make men pay to sleep with them. Then you wonder why these young girls are growing up having sex with older men. Because they was advised to. Because the dudes her age don't have no money. You see? This is how you get the young girl always fucking the older dude. You see? This is how you get this. It's not always because of, you know, the common thing. A lot of these girls are being pushed out there to run the streets, to be hoes. They're being taught the opposite of what a woman is, which is the definition of toxic femininity. Straggism. Don't have no class. Don't know who you are. Don't understand the world. All you need to be worrying about is getting paid and rocking pearls. And this is what's being taught to the young women by women. And see, let me put this out there. Don't no man respect a hoe. Don't no man respect a prostitute. Don't no man respects that. He may respect what you do, but he don't respect you. Because the one very thing that makes you precious, you got it on a black market. And you're doing that because you were taught to do that by other prostitutes. Indeed, Charles Willie. He's just a customer. In pimping terms, they are called Johns. They're called Johns. In the MGTOW world, they're called simps. But these are Johns. These are customers. And like I said in my last live stream, a lot of black women only look at black men as utilities, a means to an end. They generally don't love us or feel like they need us for anything, but to be a utility. But the genuine love and respect, uh-uh. That is something they learn to have for you when you're gone. Now you wonder why strags cannot keep a man. Strags can't keep a man because they were taught to be prostitutes. They were taught to deal with men from a very, I'm gonna say, from a very fickle standpoint. They were not taught to deal with men for who they are. Men are judged nowadays based on their wallet size. And it's not just nowadays, it's always been like this. But see, prostitution of our women is more prevalent now. See, back in the day, women were ashamed to be prostitutes. But now it's normal. Now you got these young women out here saying, why I gotta fuck for free? Why you gotta fuck for money? Is the real question. Why you gotta fuck for money? When you're having sex, that's a fair exchange. You're getting dick and he's getting pussy. So how do you feel robbed in the situation where you feel like you need something else? And see, a lot of these women, they never sat back and went back to these elderly strags, because see, the elderly strags are the ones who run the church. The elderly strags are the deaconesses, the ushers, the trustees. They all are church members. All the elderly strags. They be happy when they see black men in church, but be in church bashing the shit out of black men in church. How do I know? Because I used to go to church. That's how I know. You see? I'm speaking from experience, so I know. Them elderly strags in the church are wicked. They're the ones who stir up a lot of the stuff that go on in the church. They're the gossipers of the church. These elderly strags who teach these young girls, who teach these girls from young to chase money, to chase the man with the biggest bankroll. And they don't care about what men do for money. Stop believing that too. See, I hate when strags try to act like they got some substance. You don't care about what a nigga do for money. Stop acting like you do, because you don't. Y'all don't care about how niggas get their money, long as they have enough to suit you. Okay, Strag? So you don't care if he's selling ounces, if he's selling bricks, if he's selling t-shirts, or if he's selling shea butter. If he got enough to give you what you want, that's all the fuck you care about. Right? That's all you really care about, right? Right, Straggy? Right, Straggleston? That's all you really care about. Because, like I said, how do prostitutes look at men? As Johns, customers. Can you afford me? Isn't that what you hear these women saying? Huh? You can't afford me. I bet I can't, you strag. And when they say, you can't afford me, all they want is $40. Strags. Because, see, and I'm going to get a little, you know, but whatever. When a hoe, a strag, doesn't have any guidance, which is a pimp, she becomes what I call a renegade hoe. She don't know when she coming or going. She a renegade. She just run around doing anything. You heard what Pimp C said. Tramps like to fuck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game. Chick, you gets no love. Right? See, this is what strags do. They mess up the game for the real ones. The ones that could use their mouthpieces. See, because the real dangerous hoes, the most dangerous hoes, is the ones that got Johns that's paying for their lifestyle and they ain't having sex. See? You know, those are the high level, those are high level hoes. But see, strags rebuke guidance. And that's why they become renegades. And that's why their life be fucked up. And by the time they 50 years old, they miserable. They got a bunch of kids. They got a busted up hole. They not good for nobody. Done had about 6 STDs. Done had about 10 abortions. See, this is what happens when you dealing with toxic women. Women, I'm going to change that. Another trait of toxic femininity is females who believe the world owes them something. And they think because they got that little warm hole down there that they are owed something. You know, because there's a lot of strags who think they deserve to be taken care of. I'm worthy. How are you worthy? What do you do for a living? Hmm? Hmm? I'm worthy. Church women do teach that, Miss Chantal. Probably not at your church. There's a lot of strags in the church. That's the strag coven, the church. Y'all don't teach Christianity in there. Y'all teach straggism. That's what goes on in the church. Straggism. The church is held up by strags. Black women who want to keep running the church trying to seek refuge because they can't stop doing what they doing. And they want to put it all in God's hands. Lord, 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 please stop allowing my mouth to get wet when I'm around these men. This is why most of these strags go to church, because they want their mouth to stop watering when they're around men. Because when they mouth water, they got to put something in it. And they want to ask God why it keeps watering up and it won't stop, Lord. Please give me the strength, Lord. Please, oh Lord God, give me the strength. I can't stop. I can't control it. And do you know what they say? I rebuke you, devil, in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you, devil. I rebuke you, devil. Stop making my throat moist. I rebuke you, Lord. Tell him to stop, Lord. Help me. That's what's in the church. That's what's in the church. Oh, just leave it in the Lord's hands. Right? You can't put men's nuts in the Lord's hands. Okay? You have to take that man's nuts out of your hands. Okay? Stop praying for forgiveness for shit that you know you gonna keep doing. Stop praying for the strength for you to keep going with your stragdom. Lord, just give me the strength. The strength to do what? Why don't he give you the strength to tell the truth, to get up in front of the church and confess? Why none of them strags get up there and confess when there's confession time at church? Why none of them get up there and admit that they strags and that they smashing other women's husbands? Oh, so we gonna act like that don't exist, huh? Yeah, you crazy, Rising Star. That's very toxic. You crazy girl. Oh yeah, they definitely smashing the pastor too. But the ones who can't really get to the pastor, because see, for the most part, the pastor does the picking. Because see, the pastor is the biggest John in the church. He's the biggest trick. This is why the women come to church dressed a certain way, so they can impress the men with the money. Who else does that? Prostitutes. But I'm saying something wrong. But when Easter come around and it's hot outside, and Sister Hattie bringing her little 15-year-old strag granddaughter to church, and she got on little poom poom shorts, and she just running around sashaying through the aisles. Every 5 minutes she got to go to the bathroom. All them older men looking at her. Oh, it's something wrong with the older men looking, huh? No, it's not. That's how men are. We're going to look. We're visual creatures. If you give us something to look at, we'll look at it. But when Sister Hattie got her little strag granddaughter running around, then next thing you know, somebody tells Sister Hattie how they just saw her granddaughter leaving the goddamn Comfort Inn with Deacon Joseph. Now Grandma Hattie is embarrassed. Sister Hattie, she's embarrassed. Oh no, not my granddaughter. Not my granddaughter. She would never do that. Not my granddaughter. Oh, really? So, why was her mother kicked out to church? Why her mother don't come to church? Oh, because her mother was banned from the church because she was caught numerous times with church members' husbands. Right. Oh, but see, why y'all women don't want to talk about this? Why y'all like running from things like this? What y'all so afraid of? Because y'all know that a lot of y'all are raising y'all little girls in y'all family to be prostitutes. This is why it's easy for a young black girl to have sex for money nowadays. It's easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pastor Strag played around. And you know why the Strags keep paying for Pastor, who's the number one John? Because they know at some point they'll get the money back. That's why they come to church and have dressing contests. Who's wearing the best Sunday hat? I done heard old women sitting in the pews talking about other women hats. Why she got that hat on? Why she wearing that? And there's always a competition with strags. With the strag and the mother, it's a competition. You know what it's a competition to, right? To the money. Just like on the strip with hoes fighting. Nowadays, that's your millennial mother and her daughter, or the generational X women and their daughters who are millennials now. See, they not arguing over the man. They arguing over the money. They just had a big story about this going on social media. A 15-year-old black girl was trying to tell her mother that her boyfriend was molesting her. And she started talking about how her daughter walk around the house in short shorts. And how she could be turning him on. See what we got to deal with, ladies? Because that girl has to internalize that abuse. And then she's going to come out in the world and put it off on a black man. Now her religion is straggism. That's her religion now. She's going to live by it. Because religion protects people from their own ignorance. That's why people follow it so much. Because they can always lean on faith. I got faith. Or I'm going to just take it to Jesus. I'm going to take it to God. And these young women are not being taught to be accountable. They're not being taught this. Not in church, not at home. Why do you think when a young girl get pregnant in church, they hide it? Why is that? Why is that? Because they don't want to make the mother look bad. Now, why would the mother look bad? Because she's responsible for teaching her daughter how to conduct herself like a lady. But when a girl come home and she's pregnant at 16, because she running around locked and loaded, that puts the blame back on the woman who's void of accountability because of Jesus. See, they hold Jesus accountable for their actions. See, that's what the strag does. I'm gonna put all my imperfections and all my faults on the Lord. And when you look at the structure, it's God, then the man. So you go and you talk to God. This is what the strag do. Listen to what they do. They go talk to God and ask God for forgiveness and for strength to stop being a strag. But then they go blame the man on why they are strags. They go blame the man for being a strag. Because what? The man is under God. You see why I say straggism is a religion, which directly is correlated with toxic femininity? I'm gonna go talk to God, but I'm I'm gonna blame this nigga right here. See? See, you want to talk about toxic masculinity. And the descriptions of toxic masculinity is bullshit. See? Oh, toxic masculinity is a man that raises his voice at his woman. So because I raise my voice, I'm a toxic man. See, let me let y'all know something about guys like me. If you dealing with me, you would want me saying something to you, because once I become quiet, you're in trouble. And when I say you're in trouble, I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. See, so you don't want guys like me to stop talking, to stop caring. Because once I care, I don't talk no more. I don't want to hear what you got to say no more. I'm about 10 steps from hitting the door. And you know what Strag say about men like that? He always complaining. He always got something to say. He always trying to correct me. But when I walk my ass out the door, oh, how could he do this? How could he do this? What do you mean? What do you mean, how could I do this? Enough is enough. I'm tired of living in toxicity. So toxic women is the problem. That's that's what gives birth to the strag. Her toxic behavior that go along with her toxic mind state. You have toxic thoughts, you have toxic speech, and you have toxic behavior. You're a strag. You're a strag. Okay? So understand why you're void of respect. Because you don't give none. You think by sitting up agreeing with me, yeah, you right, yeah, you right, yeah, brother, that's right. Oh, so you think I'm not a strag because you do that? Hmm? You think I can't see? You think I can't see through your strag wear? You got women out here trying to put on their strag armor. I could see through that. I could see through your little facade. Like you cooperate with men. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did cooperate with men, you wouldn't speak the way you do. See, let me give you the number one indicator of a strag. When the first thing that come out her mouth is, "What you could do for me." That's a strag. Because see, real women show men in the beginning what they can bring to the table. They show what they have to offer first before they talk about what they want. See, a woman who always talk about what she want is void of stuff. And 9 times out of 10, she never had nothing because a dude never found her worthy to give her nothing. Or she never found herself worthy enough to get with a dude who would give her something. So either way, you're stragging. Because see, strags have a fake self, they have fake high self-esteem. They try to act like I'm her. Yeah, I'm that. Yeah. They try to act like that. Fake bravado. Until you sit down and really have that conversation. And you start to see the cattle of strag she come from. And then you begin to understand why y'all don't get along. See, strags, they only gonna go where there's utility. This is why they have no problem with running to the system. Because it's not about the black family. It's about upholding her stragdom. Okay? It's selfishness. It's greed. It's what it is. Yes, indeed, love wisdom. You cry, you pout, and complain, but all in good nature. You crazy, rising star. That's what that is. You act. I see you be acting out. You be acting out. I could tell just by what you saying. You be acting out in the house with your man. You be acting out. You do that on purpose too. You need to cut it out because from what you be saying, it sound like that's how you test dudes. You act up. You act up. So he can act firm with you. A lot of women like that. That's a turn on. You know, I had a woman tell me that. I love when you get upset. It turns me on. I said, what? She said, I love when you get mad. I said, oh, so that means you be pissing me off on purpose then, you goddamn nut? Do you do y'all brothers know that, man? Do y'all know that there's women out here that will push your buttons on purpose and they get a kick out of it? I've had this woman tell me it gets her moist when I get upset and raise my voice. I know you be thinking it's funny. I know you do. That's why you do it. You pushing his buttons. I know you think it's funny because that's what I'm talking about right now. I love when you get mad. Exactly, my brother Ryan Clark. Shout out to you. That's that is craziness, man. I'm just letting that be known. That's craziness. That's like us as men bringing our home girl around that we never introduced to our woman, but you're constantly always talking to her and giving her all your time. And you doing all of this just to make your wife jealous or just to make your girl jealous so you could get uh, a reaction out of her. See, you can't play with people like that. Because if black men did that to black women, you know what would happen? We'll probably end up dead. We'll probably end up dead. Y'all probably go grab a knife and stab us up. And we was just playing. Oh, but when y'all do it to us, we need to be gentle. Be gentle. But if we was to do that to y'all, y'all will probably stab us up. Because we just doing something to rile you up, to push your buttons. Why? See, black women, y'all gotta stop thinking that men are toys. We're not robots. Okay? I'm not a goddamn robot. Don't think you're gonna press a button on my chest and I'm gonna lift my hand out. You're gonna press a button on my belly button and I'm gonna kick my foot out. I'm not a goddamn toy. Okay? Stop playing with me. We grown. Let's not do that. Because if I do it to you, and we've saw this, they show it on social media. A dude pranked his girl. She came home, she came in the room, and he act like he was smashing a chick. Do you know she went and grabbed the gun? Do you know she went and grabbed the gun and was about to shoot him? And he was playing. But be gentle to me when I'm pushing your buttons. Right, a prank going wrong. Shout out to you, Black Diamonds. Stop thinking men are. This is why I say our women look at us as utilities. Stop playing with me. I'm not something you could just pick up and put down when you're ready. Now, that's just what I say, Rising Star. But if you want to diagnose yourself, go ahead. Go ahead. Exactly, my brother. Can't play with people's emotions. That's men and women. See, y'all got to stop thinking men are cold, callous creatures. Because we're not. We're not cold and callous and empty inside where we never feel. No. Do you know when we feel the most? When we begin to trust a woman. This is why a man gets more upset with his woman than any other woman. He may let other women get away with stuff he don't let his woman get away with, because when his woman do it, it affects him differently. Do you know why? Because when a man chooses a woman to a certain extent, he lets his guard down. And when a man lets his guard down, that's when his emotions starts to show. And men only show their emotions to people they trust. So if I trust you and you start playing with me, you're going to have a problem. You see? And some guys, when they get emotional, they lose all sight of ration. See, some guys, when they get emotional, they don't think at all anymore. And that's how a woman may end up hurt. And no, I'm not condoning this, but this is the truth. This is why you cannot play with men feelings. Don't think that it's just women who do it. Men do it too. If you play with a man's emotions, which is something strags do too, they play with men's emotions and do things that presses buttons. See, that's toxic. And then they sit back and laugh. Then if he slap you, he wrong. But he better not play with your feelings. Right, Strag? He better not play with you like that. Because you will stab him. I know, because I've been stabbed before by a woman for doing the same shit she done to me. See? I done had a woman stab me, put a knife through my throat. Don't play with me. Crying, tears in her eyes. Oh, but when you was just playing with me like that, I had to accept it, right? See? Right, right. But guess what? We feel the same way as men. Don't play with me either. Especially don't play with the type of man that done been through a lot in his life. See, a guy that has been through certain types of struggle and certain types of pain, it's not good to push their buttons, man. Because for the most part, men like that, which is men like myself, peace, my brother Muhammad, we have a lot of unresolved pain. And what guys like us try to do is we try our best to focus on progress. So we don't have to focus on the pain. You see? This is why I say you have to understand the type of man you have. But of course, what does toxic femininity teaches? What does toxic femininity teach? All men are the same. Isn't that what Strag say? Oh, you niggas are the same. All you niggas want to do is hit it. All you niggas want to do is not wear condoms and don't take care of your children and don't fight white supremacy. See, when you hear that, that's a strag, especially if you're hearing that rhetoric from a 40-year-old woman. Oh, y'all black men are the same. So you 40 years old and you've only dealt with the same type of men? You're a strag. And guess what? You deserve them type of men because guess what you're actually doing? You're dating on your level. You not ready to be with the other type of man that you think you deserve because you're toxic. You're toxic. You do it every time, love wisdom. Every time. Why do you do this to me? Strags turn men into simps who in turn will hate black women. Isn't what isn't that what these single strag mothers are doing to their sons? And this is why you have the generation Z of boys who hate women, who will punch a woman in the face quicker than fighting a man. Oh my God. But what could I expect? Your name is Love Wisdom. I mean, come on. I shouldn't be expecting no less, but God damn. These little boys is disrespectful because he come from a disrespectful ass mother. His mama disrespectful. His mama's toxic. All his mother do is call him out his name. Come here, little nigga. Come here, little nigga. Come here, you little bastard. You know how many black boys grew up hearing that? Do you know how many black girls get called out their name by their mothers? I just saw that on social media. It was the mother, her boyfriend, and her daughter. They sitting at the table eating. She just started going in on her daughter. Look at you, sitting there looking like a pig. Look at you. Why you eat like that? Talking to her daughter. Talking to her daughter like that. Talking to her daughter like that. Look at you. Look at your hair. Go put something on your head. That's how they talk to little girls and boys. The mothers are doing it. The mothers, not the dads. Because if dad is not around, who's really hurting the children? Let me ask that question again. If daddy's not around, who's really hurting the children? I don't think I was heard correctly. If daddy left, who is the ones responsible for these little girls growing up to be a strag? Mommy. Exactly. And do you know what mommy say when you grow up and be a strag just like her? And her daughter come to her and cry because she a single mother like her mother? You know what these strag elderly women say to their daughters? Baby, I'm sorry, but your father ain't shit. Let me repeat that. When the daughter realizes that she cannot find love, she can only find ball sacks, and she goes to her mother and seek counsel from her mother, do you know what her mother tells her? Baby, I'm sorry, but your father ain't shit. We ain't never need him. He got us. See, y'all think this shit is a game. Y'all think when we talk about strags, it's to just label certain types of black women. No, we're speaking to a paradigm. Do you know what a paradigm is? Shout out to my big bro, Kenneth. Mega Montana. I appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for the super chat donation. See? Straggism is a paradigm. It's a paradigm. And it's going to take, I'm going to say, about another maybe 20 more years for the strag to be obsolete. Because at some point, the strag will cancel herself out. Because there are going to be more love wisdoms in the world. There are going to be more poetic Kels, more Char Willies, more Kendra D's in the world. So you know what that's going to tell the strag? Piss or get off the pot. You see? Exactly, crew. Strags will be redundant and it will be played out. See, this is why I was touching on how we got to understand how society is engineered and how certain things are on the menu for certain time periods. See, there will be a time where toxic femininity will not be tolerated. Just like, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but unity is on the menu for black people at this point. This is why you're seeing people start a lot of black businesses. And we are trying to unify. It's been hard, but we've been trying. Because not having a team, not having a group of stand-up people around you has cost us for too long. So now you got real ones linking up with real ones. And strags, they hate that. Because strags cannot live. Because strags is like a bacteria. Strags are like a bacteria. Bacteria cannot live in an alkaline environment. You see? So it speaks to the overall dysfunction of us, period. See, I'm not sitting here saying that black men aren't dysfunctional, because we are. Oh, but guess what we're doing? We're trying to figure this shit out to get us out of it. Shout out to Old Reliable on the check-in. See? See, because men are visionaries. We are looking at what's going to be in 20 years. I have 2 sons. I don't want my sons dealing with strags. That's why I tell my teenage son, don't be running around here chasing your dick. Get your mind right. Get your business right. Become a man for you first. Be the best man you could be. For you. Don't try to be no man for no woman yet. Don't try to be no man for no woman, period. Because a woman can't define manhood. Be a man, and a woman will understand what you are. And she will treat you as such. And if she doesn't, don't hesitate to step off. Don't hesitate to step off. I know you may love her. You may like her a lot. But if her problems is consuming you, son, step off. Because you don't want to give all yourself to one person and then you ain't got nothing left for nobody else, even including yourself. Because good men get burnt out. Because we're the sacrificial lamb. And us as brothers are tired of being burned out. We're tired of it. We're tired of going out our way to still be belittled, to still be minimized to a utility, to be minimized to a bank card, to be minimized to a check. So you could do all that shit for him. Well, what you could do for me? Now, what if you can do all that for her? Now what? You know what the first thing them type of women say? Oh, you could do all that for me? Then you my man. Strag. Strag. Not in touch with how she feel about you. Because she don't feel shit about you. She just trying to see what she could get up out of you. And that's stragdom. That's toxic femininity. You can only be a man for her. You can no longer be a man for yourself. And that's our problem, black men. We have become domesticated. We not even allowed to be men for ourselves no more. And you know why? Because a lot of us was doomed from the start, dealing with our strag ass mothers who put the shit that's in our head that we're having a problem trying to deconstruct. Because this shit is stressful. Don't think this shit don't hurt us men. It does. It does. But we still don't give up. That's why you gotta still marrying black women. You same toxic motherfuckers. We still marrying y'all. Still marrying y'all. Regardless to y'all not knowing or having an inkling of what we need from y'all. See, black, we don't want much. We don't want much. But there's certain things when you dealing with a certain type of man that you have to have. And see, this is what I was talking about in episode 3 of the relationship series. Tangibles versus intangibles. There's certain intangibles that our women need to possess in order for the relationship to work. The black woman is nurturing. How? How? Explain to me how, please. Shout out to the Thunder God, Zeus Flippy in the building. Day one supporter. I appreciate you. But please, explain to me how the black woman is the most nurturing woman. I'm 33. So let's go back 30 years when I was 3. Let's go back 30 years. Let's go to 1989. Black women was not nurturing in the 80s and in the 90s. This is the problem that the older brothers have with millennials. We don't understand certain things. You know why a lot of us don't? Because We weren't raised properly. We was raised to live in the world and participate in STRAGGISM. So when say if you grew up in church, you a little boy, you running around the church, just playing around with your homeboys. You don't even see all of the strag shit that's going on around you. You're a little boy. And you know how I know? Because I watch it when I used to go to church. I used to look at the little boys like, damn, they don't even know what's going on around them. Do y'all know that Eve was a strag? She was a strag because she wanted to live the life that the serpent offered her, and then she convinced her man to do the same. Because then they could be together in the wilderness naked together. Isn't that what strags do? Convince you to be a piece of shit for her because she'll accept you? Isn't that what so Eve was a strag? Eve was a strag. Because the serpent told her what she would get if she do this. She didn't want to listen to Adam, who was a man of God. Adam was a man of God. So when Adam first told her to get the hell out the garden, because that's why Adam was in there, he was with the strag. When he told her to get out, she said no. Why we gotta get out? And then Hego, the evil strag spirit, come crawling on its belly. If you want to be like God, just eat the fruit that's in the yard. First thing the strag do, she ain't even think twice. She didn't even ask Adam, should she eat the apple? She just bit it, whatever the devil told her to do. She just bit it. Come on, baby. Eat the apple with me. Look, I'm naked. Look, I'm naked. And what is a man gonna do when he see a naked woman? Even though he's a man of God, he gonna get naked too. Because nature supersedes religion. Shout out to Knowledge. Thanks for tuning in. Now he eating the apple. Do you see that? Oh, but the church don't teach girls to be strags. They may not teach them to be strags, but they uphold stragdom. They uphold it. They make them feel like it's okay. Just leave it in the God's hands. And see, let me tell y'all another trait of toxic femininity. When a female finds anything to go against her man's word, because that's what Eve did. Eve was just like Love Wisdom just said. The strag spirit played on Eve's emotions. Most of our women that are strags, they look for anything to go against you. Anything. 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 That's what Eve was just waiting for a way to disobey a godly man. She wasn't even a godly woman. They said God chose Adam. So why would you go against a godly man? Because they don't really love God. Strags don't love God. Do you know who God is for the strag? It's her crutch. It's her crutch. And when she feel like God ain't answering her problems, she lean on the black man because the black man is the second in command under God. And let me tell you something else for all you strag practitioners, all you religious strag zealots. You can't get to God without going through the black man. You can't get to God without going through the black man. That's based on the good book. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I'm not making this up. I didn't say the black man was in the second command to God. The good book says that. So, strag, why do you constantly ignore? Why do you constantly and purposefully go against your man and then think God is going to help you? Shout out to my brother Muhammad. He said, spit that truth, sheep. I appreciate it, my brother. How you gonna go against your man and think God gonna protect you? When your man gets his protection from God so he can protect you as a woman. So do y'all really believe in God? Elderly church strags? Do y'all really believe in the word of God? Or is God a crutch? Is God your crutch, strag? See, because let me tell you something. Because I'm going to give you another trait of toxic femininity. I appreciate it, Black Diamonds. I'm glad you're still listening. Strags don't pray for blessings. Strags pray for blessings and not lessons. See? That's all strags want. They want a blessing. God, bless me. God, please let my tax money come early, God. They only want blessings. They don't want no lessons. They don't want no lessons. This is why when they get with a black man that got some goddamn sense, that got some intelligence, they beat him down. They make his word moot and obsolete like they do God's word. And this is exactly why they created a new religion, Straggism. It's an offshoot of Christianity. It's a bunch of reckless Christian women who run this religion. Because you notice when these strags talk about us, they always try to equate God in it. You don't love no goddamn God, strag, because you don't even listen to him. You're supposed to listen to me first, you goddamn idiot. Because you got to get through me to get to God. God said that. I didn't say it. That's like, for instance, like I said, I have two sons. I tell my youngest son, you are supposed to take the word of your older brother. So if your older brother tell you something, you're supposed to listen to him. You know why? Because your older brother gets his lessons and his directions from me. He gets his instructions from me. So if he telling you to do something, it's because he know it's the right thing for you to do. Because I've taught him what was right and what was wrong. Why black women don't look at black men like that? Huh? Christian strags? Hmm? Why would you override the authority that God granted your man? Is that smart? Is that spiritual? See, I'm gonna give you y'all language. See, a lot of these strags like to talk about spirits and being spiritual. You don't know one thing about spirit, homegirl. I appreciate the share, Amanda. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. Hmm? So just know, all you strags, when you reject the word of your man, you are disobeying God. See? You are in direct violation of the Lord's law. Don't make me get on my Hebrew Israelite bag. Don't make me get in my Israelite bag. Don't make me get in my Israelite bag, man. I'm a chill. But you in direct violation of God's word when you don't listen to your man, the black man. You see? See, you can't love the Lord but disobey the man who the Lord appointed to rule you. Now, here go the Strags. What he mean by rule? You ain't rule. You can't rule me. You can't rule me. That's why y'all renegade hoes out here with no direction, with no know-how, with no nothing. All you know how to do is open up your little hole. And that's how you live your life. Opening up your hole. See? And it's sad, man. It's really sad, man. It really is. Because this is why you have a lot of black men advising their sons to date out their race. It's not because we hate black women. It's because we are trying to forecast what our sons, the type of women our sons going to be dealing with. What type of women will be around when my son is 21? And what stock does she come from? Does she have strands in her DNA? And this is why the brothers talk about this. Not because we hate black women, but because we want to put black women on notice to let y'all know the jig is up. We see the bullshit. We see all the bullshit now. Now we understand why the older women when we were young spoke like that. You see? Toxic femininity is straggism. So if you practice straggism, you're a stragglite. You are a disciple for the strags. You are going to keep spreading the word of the strag. And the words that are used comes from the concept of toxic femininity. That encompasses it. When you learn to be a toxic woman, by default, you're a strag. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love to all of y'all, man. Much love to all y'all. Oh, no problem, Amanda. I'm a, my next stream that I wanted to do, I'll probably make it a panel. I'll probably make it a panel. And see, another thing too, before I do my shout outs and I close this out, don't think you little cupcake soy boys, you little sweet water boys, you little sweet taffy boys, don't think we're not gonna address you either. The straggivists, the ones who's actively advocating for the strag. We are going to talk to you too. Peace, Pamela Harris. Thanks for tuning in. We will touch on the stragavist. You're not getting away. You're not getting away. The stragavist will be addressed next. So shout out to all of y'all. Like I said again, let me go ahead and go through the chat. Shout out to my brother, the grinder, Chef JT. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to my sister, Poetic Kels, the great moderator. Shout out to my man Gad. K Archie, peace to you. Shout out to Pamela Harris again. Shout out to my brother Ryan Clark. I appreciate you tuning in, my brother. Shout out to Old Reliable. Thanks for tuning in. I'm coming down on the wire. Shout out to Black Diamonds. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you stayed and listened. You know, appreciate you, Black Diamonds. Shout out to Love Wisdom. Y'all please go and subscribe to Love Wisdom. Please. Right after this, I will be going to watch her video because I know she might make me shed a tear. Like always with the truth. So make sure y'all go and check out Love Wisdom. Boy, oh boy. Please go and do that. Now I'm gonna let y'all know that's a strag free zone. So if you go over there, strag, trying to play yourself, you're gonna get made a spectacle of. I'm letting you know that now. So don't go over there using your toxic feminine language. Oh, she's a pick me. Oh, she's just miserable, so she's just trying to get any man. With that strag talk. Don't go over there with that. I'm letting y'all know. Shout out to my big brother Kenneth Nash. About to call my man the wrestler, Kenneth Nash. Shout out to my brother Kenneth Nash. Shout out to Rising Star, as always. Shout out to you, Rising Star. When Rising Star, what happened to your channel, Rising Star? I remember you used to do lives, Rising Star. I miss you. I miss you, Rising Star. Come back, please. Shout out to my brother Muhammad is the one, the junior elder in our community. Shout out to my brother Muhammad is the one. My brother getting stronger and stronger every day. So y'all show some love to my brother Muhammad, man. Send him some kind words. Shout out to Ebony Knowledge. Thanks for tuning in, Ebony. Shout out to JBA Mega Montana. I appreciate you. Thanks for the donation again, my brother. Appreciate that. But more importantly, you're here. Appreciate that, Mega Montana. Shout out to Monique Hill. I appreciate you listening, tuning in. Monique Hill, I appreciate you. Shout out to the Thunder God, Zeus Flippy. Day one supporter. All the way day one, too. Zeus was listening in when I was talking to myself. So shout out to my brother Zeus. Shout out to Crew Reality. Appreciate you, good brother. Always supporting. I appreciate you. Shout out to Char Willie. I appreciate you, Char Willie. I love to see you here. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I love how you venture out and you're finding new talent. Shout out to Char Willie. Shout out to Mr. Sutton. Appreciate you, my brother. That's a fact, bro. You know they Peter rolling us. You know that? Is that everybody? Did I shout everybody out? Um, Make sure I'm missing no. Shout out to my sister Eunice Outland. Thanks for tuning in as always. Shout out to my brother Danubian. Long time no see, my brother. Thanks for tuning in. I see you've been kind of checking out the Black History Month series too. So I appreciate that too, my brother. Ty Brown. Appreciate you. James Kills. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. I think I got everybody. Um, Once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all haven't yet, like I said, go ahead, subscribe to this channel. Stay in tune. If you like my content, just stay in tune, and I'm gonna keep them coming, family. I'm gonna keep the content coming. I appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all go check out the Black History Month series 2019. Go and check that series out. That's a series I've been doing now. This is officially my third year. This is my third. I did 2017, I did last year, and I did this year. This is something that I started just mainly for our youth. Mainly for the computer kids. You know, the kids that learn everything off the computer. So hopefully, you know, one of my Black History Month streams will pop up in their recommendations. That's what I do it for. So I appreciate all of y'all. And I will be back. I'll be back. So y'all stay tuned. This is DS1 of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. Because if we try to build before we heal, we are going to continue to have self-inflicted wounds, and we will destroy everything that we're trying to build. We have to be more constructive and less destructive. I appreciate y'all. Till the next time, thank you to everybody.